Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. My name's Missy and welcome to Cosmic Love Rehab. I want to do a finance and career guidance reading today and see what comes through here. Because I know so many are wanting to improve their finances and bring in some more income, as well as some of us are transitioning in career and leaving old jobs or wanting to leave the old job. So I have some cards pulled out here. It's quite a spread. And I'm using the After Tarot. Is that? Or no, it's not the After Tarot. It's the New Vision Tarot, which I haven't really used this too much because it's a little complicated. But I'm also using this new deck that I have, and it's called the Star Child. Can you see that? The Star Child Tarot, which I really like. Like, it's a really neat deck that I got. I went to this store over the weekend, and it's called Juju's. And I live in Pennsylvania, and it's in close to Shadyside, Pittsburgh. So I had so much fun though, and there's so many cool decks that I've never seen before. I mean, usually you go into like a bookstore or something and you see a lot of the same decks, but you might see a couple decks that you haven't seen. Well, these decks I've actually never seen before, not on Amazon or anywhere else. So it was kind of cool. Anyway, let's get to it, and bear with me for a second because I'm just looking this over for a minute here. I feel like, and the intention is, for those of you who are watching this, that you would get something out of this that would be able to help you bring in more finances and have a better understanding of where you're going. And of course, this is general, so if it doesn't apply to you, maybe next time. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, okay, is with this card here, oppression, which I believe it's the Devil card. But if you look at this card here, if you can see, I think this is a woman, possibly, doesn't really matter. But anyway, I think it's a woman. And she has a sheet over her head, or over her whole body, really, although you can sort of see through it. And there's a lot of darkness in the background, even though there's a little bit of light up by her head. And there's crystals here. And in this deck, the crystals are pentacles, which is of the earth element. And it's about grounding. So this was the central card in this reading. And I feel like the opportunities are right there in front of her, at her fingertips. Like, could literally fall right into her hands. Do you see that? And there is some awareness, I feel like, because the sheet isn't solid and that she can see through it, that she's aware. And also with the light around her head, the crown chakra, it's making me feel like she's aware of some opportunities here. But what's been happening in her life, like those mountains and rock behind her, and the sky somewhat being dark, the heaviness in her life, she's felt like she can't move forward, even though she might have these opportunities, and even though she has some knowledge of what to do because of the things that she's been going through in her life. Her focus hasn't been on what's right in front of her when it comes to finances and career. And so that's reminding me that money is just currency, and currency, money, is just energy. It's paper, and that has energy. It's just the way that money shows up in our lives is a reflection of it's a reflection of where we're at energetically and emotionally, okay, a lot of times. So, which means it could take a quick shift to get back on balance. There isn't any like stop here where you have to continue to keep going in the same direction, you know, as far as, staying in the same place as far as your finances or your career is concerned. So, but I am seeing that you are going to be rising above this oppression. You're going to be rising above this heavy energy. I'm also seeing that because of the things that you've been going through, because of the emotional gunk that you might have been feeling lately, or in the recent past, let's say, because I feel like this energy has been around for a while, although some of you have been coming out of it lately, but I feel like because of what was happening, your finances might be a little bit like where you were bringing finances in, you might have been spending it as fast as it was coming in. So like maybe your account doesn't have as much as you wanted it, or maybe you really don't have a whole lot set aside for you. And I feel like that has something to do here with this oppression card as well, about how your finances are being spent. Although I don't feel like that's the main focus, really, to be honest with you, because that can always change. But I'm seeing that you are going to rise above this emotional energy. You're coming out of that right now, and you're going to find a balance with the Six of Swords here and the Sun. Look how amazing that is, right? Look at that. Where you're finally going to be standing on top of that mountain. You're not walking up the mountain anymore, but you're literally going to be standing on top of it and putting the swords down. So that is so cool. And with the sun next to it, you're going to begin to start to feel light again. And you're going to it's like you're going to get that second wind where you're going to want to start to focus on your career. If that hasn't already happened for you, it's going to be happening here soon. And what I'm seeing in the past here is that some of you, what's happening with your career and what's happening with your finances is directly related to your relationships. And for some of you, I'm also hearing like that you are at a job right now, or you were at a job where you're just feeling like you can't take another second, like you have to go. I mean, it's just not the place for you anymore, and you feel like you have learned everything you could possibly learn. You feel like you've been attacked in every possible way, and even felt like your power has been taken away from you. But see, because I feel like I'm speaking to a few groups here, but in this particular situation, I'm speaking to two different groups where the worst is over, okay, as far as this job is concerned. And you've literally, with the Strength card, tamed the lion, okay? You have went through some serious emotional training lately by being constantly triggered. And you've done the work at this point, and you're now ready to move on. So I'm seeing that what could happen literally with some of you in this job situation is that one day you just wake up, because I'm being shown how a situation that happened to me where one day I was sitting in the car literally, and I said, I'm done. I can't build my career and work at this job the way that I want to, and still feel whole and still be able to spend enough time doing it. So it was like I heard that voice like, okay, that's it. It's like you either let the career go, my life purpose, or you're done with the job. That's it. I'll take care of you. It was like the universe said, I will take care of you. So that's what I'm seeing for a lot of you, is that it's going to happen quickly, at this job. You're just going to quit. Or if it's not a job, it might be something that you're doing in your career that's no longer serving you, that you just don't feel good about. It's one aspect of your career where you tried it and you felt like you had to do it, but now you're cutting through the bull crap and you're like, you know what? I'm done. One day you're just going to say, I don't care if I have a plan B, but I'm done. Okay? So, and I feel like what you went through with that really was meant to happen, in a sense that you were learning how to find your power finally. You're learning your own voice and how to speak up and not just go with the flow or think you're stuck. With this oppression card, feeling like you're stuck, like you can't see, like you can't move, but yet she can see. And the opportunities are right there, okay? So now, moving on to the other part of the reading here, what I'm seeing is that some of you, I'm seeing that you've been in a connection or some kind of relationship where things just literally, you may have kind of went into a situation kind of just not thinking, because you were so caught up in the feelings and the emotions of it. And something literally happened in that, because you were feeling like you were giving up your personal power, like it was being taken from you. And something happened where so much turmoil came in and so much resistance, because at the deeper part of you, you knew that that's not who you truly are. And you didn't feel like you were, you didn't feel like you were getting back what you were giving in this relationship or this connection. And literally you just started to get pissed off and things started to escalate. And now I feel like you're literally in you're in the process of taking your power back and standing on your own 2 feet and separating yourself from this situation in some way, so that you can have balance again. And how this reflects to your finances is because of this oppression, again, with the Devil card, because of this heaviness and feeling like you were stuck in this whole thought process going on. And you know what? The energy was so heavy that it'd be understandable that you felt like you were stuck, okay? But now that's releasing, because you're really starting to see things for the way they really are and not the way you thought they were. So this clarity and all the turmoil and the upheaval that happened around this is allowing you to move into a place of independence and freedom. And this freedom is going to really allow you to do what you actually love to do. To be in a place where you're able to share your gifts or your abilities and talents with other people and be able to bring in profit for it. And it's not just about the profit. We all know that. But because this is a career and a finance reading, well, that's just what it is. So I'm seeing that releasing these things, these jobs, and these situations that are keeping you oppressed, some of you have already done that, and you're beginning to see that it's already starting to change. You're already starting to feel that pressure release, and you're starting to see the vision and where you're going. And the other of you, I feel like you're right smack in the middle of this. But anyway, what you've been through was actually meant to happen, in the sense that it's going to bring you stability emotionally. you laid the foundation basically to stand in your power so that you could open up to these opportunities because you might not have been in alignment with them before. So basically, you standing in your power and you're saying enough is enough in these certain situations, where you don't feel like you're being respected, where you might have been a part of something that went against your moral and value system, or it could even be a little bit more simpler in the sense that you might have been doing something, you might have a job or a career that you love, but you could have been doing something, or one aspect of that you were giving your energy to, and you didn't feel good about it, and you question it because you're like, well, I think I have to do this because this is a part of it. But really, Spirit's saying, no, you don't. If it doesn't feel good to you on that level, I don't care how many people are doing it, you can go ahead and allow that to go. But I feel like you're in the process of that, and you're walking away from that. And that's when you're really going to find that things are just going to open up for you. And you're going to see that you could have probably left a little sooner than you thought. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't as difficult, even though you were meant to go through it, because it laid a foundation for you to be in alignment with what you want. The chains are going to break for you and allow this new beginning with your finances and career to come through. So let's see here. So what I'm seeing here, and I have so many pentacles in this reading, by the way. I'm going to show you, like, I have the Six of Pentacles. I have the Ace of Pentacles. Look, the King of Pentacles, okay? And then the Three of Pentacles. Like, if that's not cool, I don't know what is. When it comes to finances and career, right? So I told you guys I pulled a lot of cards. But what I'm seeing is that it's really time for those of you who are watching this. It's time for you to really get into a position of who you truly are, so that you can give from a place that's not burdensome. Because there's people out there that need that unique part of you. And they need what you have to offer. And I don't want to say need, but they could really benefit from that. And when you understand that, then you have this new opportunity. And I feel like it starts to come in pretty fast for you. It's not something that has to be like over a long period of time. I feel like because of this place that you came out of, that was pretty hard and difficult and heavy, where you felt stuck. That was the training. That was the grounding through that emotional up and down, that roller coaster. That was how you laid this foundation for the new beginning. And so another thing is, because of where you came from, you're going to be able to help others understand how to master different, that's going to apply to different people, but whatever you're going to be teaching others, you're going to be able to do it from a place that you've already been there, is basically what I'm saying. And so, and you're going to understand why you had to go through all that. Let's see here. So I feel like this, for some of you, you're going to really get this surge of energy that you have really, I feel like, because you felt you were at a stalemate for so long in this position, it's like you're getting rebooted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get this huge surge of energy with the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. Look at all that light. Look at that. And then the World right next to it. Good Lord, that is awesome. Excuse my language, good Lord. But I don't want to offend anybody. But you are literally getting ready to walk through that right there. And this is on the other side here. Ideas are going to come rushing in. You've just completed, or you're just in the process right now of completing a cycle. And that's when these opportunities, and for some of you, are already starting to come in. But for those of you who feel like you're not quite there yet, it's not going to be long before it does happen for you. So I feel like that's pretty much it. So happy Valentine's Day, and I will talk to you soon.